And how's it going, everyone? This is Haris Kruskic, BR Live's combat sports reporter. And today I am here with Ricky Starks of All Elite Wrestling. Ricky, how are you?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I'm good. So obviously AEW Revolution is this Sunday, but we'll get to that. Tonight, AEW Dynamite. First and foremost, one of the most anticipated matches of Revolution is you and Brian Cage against Sting and Darby Allin. It's been really heated between the two teams over the past few weeks. What do you guys have planned for Sting and Darby Allin tonight? Is there any insight you can let us in on?
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna be straight up with you. It ain't gonna be clean, all right. There ain't gonna be no playing by the rules or anything like that. This is a straight up street fight match. So to me, I feel like me and Brian Cage, we have the advantage. Sting doesn't have street fight matches. Sting doesn't deal with that type of crowd. Darby, sure, I can see it. You know what I'm saying? Just look at him. But Sting for sure, he does not have any type of experience in that. So yeah, I can tell you that there's going to be a lot of damage being done with different weapons because why not? You had Sting who had a bat for so long. Why can't we use steel pipes, 2x4s, glass bottles? Let's do it all.
All right, you're ready for war. It sounds like. Well, we'll see what happens tonight. Again, Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern on TNT. You can watch Dynamite going into Revolution. So going back to your match at Revolution, would you have ever thought in November of last year that you would ever compete against Sting in your wildest dreams?
No, the way leading up to this moment in my life is not even something I could have imagined. And so there's times that yesterday I was just sitting back. I was like, this is so crazy. This is so bizarre to unfortunately have to put a man down, an icon such as Sting, and I'm going to be the one to have to do that. So, it's a bittersweet thing for me, honestly. It's really cool, but it's really sad because who wants to be able to say like, yeah, I had to retire Sting.
So we spoke to Tony Khan last week and I asked him, I was like, are you at all concerned about Sting, a 61-year-old? And granted, he is a legend. He's an icon of the sport. But are you at all concerned about him competing? And he said, absolutely not. Are you concerned about Sting?
No, I'm not. And I think any reservation I had about it was immediately dismissed when I saw Sting, unfortunately, give Brian Cage the death drop and hit the Stinger Splash. So I'm looking forward to see what he has in the tank still. But I'll tell you this, I do know that the car can still run.
So when we spoke to Tony Khan a few months ago, it was right around the time that you were first signed. And he took us through kind of the story and the background of how he found out about you. And he didn't know anything about you until somebody recommended watching you on YouTube. And he did so, and he was obviously very impressed. And once you know it, they signed you. So what can you tell us about that experience and getting that phone call from AEW?
Honestly, I had just left NWA and I had no plan of what was going to happen next because we had just started the pandemic and things were like out there. And so I had manifest this opportunity of wrestling Cody. And I just remember watching that Dynamite where they announced that it was an open challenge and then the next day having the vision. And then literally days later, getting a call from AEW asking if they wanted me to come in and at least, try to just have this match. To me, it was a one-off. It was a one-off match. I was going to leave up my price of the indies and be done with it. But I didn't expect the overwhelming response to it immediately after it happened. And I went to the back and everything was fine. People liked it. But I never thought in my head like, oh, I'm going to get signed because we had just entered a pandemic and I didn't think that was going to be for me. And honestly, once it aired, I got a call from Tony and he offered me a contract. And I'll never forget just being like, wow. Like I was so dumbfounded, man. I couldn't believe it. And so now it's changed from that moment to the other moment where I'm wrestling Darby Allin on TNT and garnering over 1 million viewers to now having a match against Sting and Darby at AEW Revolution on March 7th. Like it doesn't it just doesn't make sense. But that's how it is. That's how, that's how life goes. You don't prepare, you don't predict it, but at least you're prepared for it.
You mentioned the indie scene. What are a couple of the biggest differences between competing on the indie scene and competing at a promotion like AEW?
Dude, I tell you, first and foremost, it's not as intimate. Obviously, the indies is an intimate setting. So now you're wrestling on a national televised show, and you're being broadcasted across millions of homes, across several continents. Like it's crazy. So you have that. Also, you have like the production, and there's cameras now that you have to be mindful of. Those things are the biggest differences. But otherwise, though, the energy of people wanting to be good and wanting everyone else to be good with them is still there. Like I haven't lost out on that, thankfully. But yeah, those are the two main differences. Though it's easy for me I'm a quick learner anyways. So it's easier for me to adapt as quickly. I wish I had some training on the indies before I came here, but that's okay. I still feel like I made it work.
Yeah, you're definitely making it work. And I think one of the biggest impacts that you've had is frankly on the mic. It takes a certain special wrestler to be able to connect with fans through the TV, on television, by just speaking. And I think you're getting to that point, if you're not already at that point, where it's like you're must listen to every time you're on the screen. So how did you gain that confidence?
I think a lot of confidence came from practice, right? I think a lot of confidence came from just getting a little bit older and more comfortable with myself. And so I've never been one to be afraid of talking. Like I've had to talk my way out of situations all my life, and good and bad. And I think that's only helped me coming to AEW, right? Because I can only speak from a genuine place in my heart. I can't put on the whole wrestler voice and all that stuff. People see through that stuff. It's corny. It's not genuine. They want somebody to talk to them as if we've known each other for years. And I do that already. I'm a pretty personable guy. So I think that, coupled with the fact that I used to hear my mom talk to me a lot. She would talk to me in certain ways and cadence. And that gave me another comfort and confidence in it, and being like, oh, okay. Like I'm not afraid to say what I really want to say. But I'm damn sure not going to be afraid to say it on TV. You get what I'm saying? So I think that's where that came from, as far as that goes. And then you just years and years and years of reps, it just gets better and better and better.
What's it been like learning from Taz?
Invaluable. I can't put a price tag on it. It's great because this is a guy that me and my brother used to watch, and now he's managing me, pulling me to the side and giving me advice on my matches and on my promos and the business side of things. Dude, you really could not pay an amount of money to get this type of advice almost every day. That's the crazy part. Every day.
So we spoke to Brian Cage a few months ago, and he just took us through a list of just various feats of strength that he's been able to do and accomplish. Obviously, he is a very, very huge man. What's the craziest thing that you've seen Brian Cage do that you're just like, wow, you are incredibly strong?
I've seen Cage have a guy up for a power slam, and then I seen another guy jump off the top rope. Had to be like 280, close to 300 pounds, jump right on his top of his chest, like right there in a powerbomb position, and slam both guys. Cage did not move at all. He caught him with the ease. It was insane. It's insane.
That's incredible. Yeah, he's a huge guy. All right, so last but not least, go ahead.
I tried it, but I couldn't do it. I said I couldn't do it. I've tried to grab someone. I was like, damn, dude, my back will just get thrown out.
So last but not least, this Sunday, AEW Revolution on BR Live, 8 p.m. Eastern, Ricky Starks and Brian Cage against Sting and Darby Allin. What's going to happen?
I'm going to tell you this. This match is going to change history. Any idea that you thought about cinematic or any idea that you had for a street fight, I'm telling you, that's all going to get changed. Not only are we proving a point of Team Taz being able to go toe-to-toe with Sting and Darby Allin, the TNT champion, but we are setting a new standard in wrestling. and we're setting a new legacy for Sting. So with that in mind, I think this is going to be one of the craziest matches that AEW has shown, not just from a physicality part, but from so many other levels. You get what I'm saying? And I can speak for me and Cage and say that our passion doesn't just stop when Dynamite stops. It keeps going, and it's rolling over into that as well. And I can pretty sure speak for Sting and Darby too. They have the same sentiment. This has been close to a year in the making. I want you to understand that this has been close to a year in the making, and now it's gotten to the point where we have to go and beat these two dudes in a street fight. So I can't tell you how excited I am, how through the roof. I got my mom and my family watching. They're gonna have popcorn and drinks to see the massacre of an icon they call Sting, and to see the destruction of the face of TNT and Darby Allin.
All right. Well, I think that says it all. I know people are already excited for that match, but I think they're probably even more excited now. So, Ricky, thank you again for joining us. Much appreciated as always, and best of luck on Sunday.
Thank you. It's going to be good. It's going to be a good one.